Like everybody else in this country, I know how angry the country is against Ruto. I know the anger. You can touch the anger, and you can get the anger, you can touch it. Unaweza kuchukua utupe kwa ukuta na ikwame kwa ukuta. But that's not enough to remove a person. Because the person you are dealing with is Ruto. They don't seem to, they are not seizing the moment. I've not seen them grab the moment.
Because Kenyans are angry.
Yeah. Politics is a game of opportunities. Either you create them and use them, or identify them when you see them and grab them and run away with them. Getting one candidate is a mirage. It's not as easy as they may think today. Let the time come, then you'll tell me. He will not mess the campaign.
Nor the
The
president.
headquarters of the campaign will not be Karen in his home. Not even a Capitol Hill. No! It will not be those funny headquarters he creates. No, it will be a completed, even physically. It will be a different arrangement. Raila will have no control over the campaign. Look at what I look like. Mtu amenunuliwa anakaa kama mimi. Hii shati imekaa na miaka ngapi?
Kuna hiyo, and then there is
Acha hiyo wewe.
A very good day to you and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadil Kabiro. We are here today to talk about the impact of the Raila-Ruto pact. Now we've seen Raila, former Prime Minister, being termed as a greedy watchdog. Is this the fate of how he will end his political career? I'm here with Herman Manyora. Prof, great to see you. How are you doing?
Doing very well and thanking God.
Thanking God for life?
For life.
And everything that is happening in the
You
country.
don't know it until you get where I am. Yes.
Raila says he has won many elections, so Muranga senator should, shut up when it comes to trying to woo Raila to join their side. But Standard calls him the greedy watchdog. But from where you sit, is this reaction expected? Kenyans, our newspapers are terming him the way they're terming him.
Well, Raila is now disappointed very many people. And when you disappoint people to the level Raila has done, you will expect all these kind of reactions and names being thrown at you. Yeah.
But is it justified, though, these names? Because he asks the question, we remove Ruto, we're looking at a coup. That's what he's talking about. The military can take over. That's what he's talking about.
Nothing new. Well, I mean, he's again justified to be worried that if you removed Ruto, the country will be thrown into chaos. That is him, but the other people see differently. There are those who think the military doesn't have to come in. Presidents have been removed without the military coming in. There are those who feel there's nothing wrong with the military. So Kenyans are free to think, to express themselves, to worry about a military takeover, to celebrate a military takeover. How many takeovers in the world have been celebrated? How many generals have been celebrated in the streets after taking over? I mean, these are normal things in the world. So Raila is justified. It's okay. It's free to think that way and to fear that should you remove Ruto midstream, the military may take over. And according to him, the military taking over is not a good thing. That's Raila. And you can't fault him for that.
What message do you think he should have given Kenyans for joining Ruto? And are you satisfied with the answer that he has given Kenyans with regards to this pact that they have with Ruto?
You see what happens when you do something that even you yourself don't believe in. Oh. That's where the problem is. Raila is trying to defend that which he knows should not be happening. So he will come out. Look, trace Raila from the time he began this journey with Ruto. Just trace him. He has not been consistent. He has said things that are out of touch with reality. He has said things that embarrass him and his close associates. He has said things that are not Raila-ish. And he has surprised many people. He has angered many people. He has annoyed many people. But equally, there are people who have supported him. Yeah.
Do you think now he's enjoying power as it is? There's conversation in the country that people are trooping to Capitol Hill, to his office, requesting for jobs. Are we going to see more of this? And is this, do you think, what Raila, and you actually talked about it before, that this is what Ruto should show Kenyans, that Raila has some sort of power? Yeah. Do you think this is what he envisioned, and will it work to his followers?
It's a strategy from Ruto that if you want Raila to support you, you must show his people that Raila has power. And we are likely to see more of this. We shall see more of Raila power. Yeah.
People are waiting for a cabinet change to accommodate Raila's people. Let me start with, who do you expect to be removed from cabinet? There's talks from Mulongo, who was supposed to come here, and others. Let's start from there.
I think even if Mulongo were to leave, she could leave. She has not proved to be quite capable, so she could leave. Because even if you reshuffle her, the way she's handling the health docket doesn't inspire confidence. That doesn't look like she can run any other ministry. I think she's a good lady who can do other things. But even if she were to leave, Raila won't get that position. The Mulongo position is a rectangular position. Unless in the new arrangements, rectangular is being shown the door, being made in less. So if you see Mulongo removed and a Raila person placed there, then you know Ruto has had enough of rectangular.
Despite the MOU that they signed.
In politics, there's nothing like that. Kibaki taught us a long time ago that an MOU is nothing. Yeah, it's nothing.
Okay.
Politics is not a game of love.
Who else is to leave? There are talks of Justice Muturi too.
Muturi, of course, will be shown the door. Again, that won't be Raila's person. But Raila has friends across the country. So it can be a Raila ally, but from the mountain. You see?
Yes.
You can't move Muturi and then give a Luo that job. It will be a man from the mountain. Most likely from Embu County or something like that. But Raila has people there also, so he can do that. There are many others that, the problem with the cabinet today, if you ask me, Nani atatole, do I even know the ministers? If you are told to count 10, can you get to 10? Me, I can't get to 5. So if you ask me those who will leave, I don't know them.
Okay.
I only know somebody like Mutahi Kagwe. And by the way, Mutahi Kagwe is, I think, perhaps the only minister. In the manner we used to say, Uhuru had only Matiang'i and maybe 1 or 2 people. Yeah.
Mutahi
Kagwe when he was in health. Then there was Mutahi Kagwe, there was Matiang'i. There was 1 or 2 others. But the rest, they were not ministers. They were just there. So today, Mutahi Kagwe is there, among those who joined recently. Who other minister?
There's Kabogo there.
Where are those ones now? If you tell somebody, somebody know Kabogo is a minister. He's a good man. But is he a cabinet secretary in the manner in which there's somebody heading the agriculture docket? Yeah. Even the staff in the Ministry of Agriculture, they know they have a CS, Mutahi Kagwe. Can you say that of Kafogo or where did Lee go? Is he a minister or something?
He's still there.
Was he also given a docket?
Yes.
A very good man, but where is he? He has disappeared. So if you ask me which ministers will go, do I even know Ruto's ministers?
If this is to happen, if the reshuffling is to happen, what would you expect from someone like Musalia Mudavadi? Do you think he's going to be given a bigger position, or is he going to just be in foreign affairs because there's talks of Raila getting prime minister? And how would you want that cabinet to look like?
If Raila is going to get some position, like prime minister, then obviously Mudavadi will be given something bigger than foreign affairs. I can see him taking finance. Yeah. Because again, interior is another big docket, but the sort of energy required in that ministry, I don't think Mudavadi has.
The energy?
Yeah, the energy required for the interior docket.
But he's the prime minister and still holds foreign affairs.
But he doesn't do
Isn't
anything.
that
just traveling. Traveling is fun. That's good for Mudavadi. Which is what someone like Ababu Namaba and Alfred Mutua, they can do very well.
Yes.
Changing clothes at the airport. So I think Mudavadi will take finance.
What do you think?
It's the most serious thing he can do without collapsing.
Finance.
And
some say this is the headache of cabinet, finance. You are saying it's the
Mudavadi
serious thing that...
He can do it. He can do finance. That's now like he'll be like fish in water. So I can see if Raila will get something. However however it is managed, then Mudavadi will be a casualty, but then he'll be elevated to finance.
Who in Raila's camp do you think should be in cabinet? The first time he gave us Oparanya, he gave us Mbadi, and he gave us some two others. Who do you think should be now in cabinet if Raila is to nominate names?
You see, not should be, who will be. It'll be Raila cronies.
There's a difference.
The usual suspect, the usual criminals, the usual. That's why I have a problem. Even if Raila was made president, I'm not seeing him changing this country. He could have done, but now they are all boxed in some corner. They see the world in a certain way. They don't look beyond those names. That's why when he was given Oparanya, Badi, Joho, Junet Mohammed could be there. They don't see beyond those.
So you can foresee a Junet minister.
They are the same people. He can't reach out to an entirely new set of Kenyans with fresh, different ideas. They have embraced the status quo so much, they get frightened of new ideas and new people, new thinking. They cannot. So Raila will not bring anybody new on board. Nobody. They will be the same suspects, same criminals.
But then I'm drawn to Murang'a Senator Nyutu talking about Raila should join Gachagua so that he wins or becomes president. Then you'd ask yourself, does Raila even have a chance if you are saying this?
You see, there is nobody with a better chance of being president in 2027 than Raila Odinga. It's unfortunate for those who don't like it, but that's the truth. When I say these people bash me, but I'm saying from a point of knowledge. Look at he will be embraced by Gachagua and the Gema community. He has his traditional base. He has antagonized a bit of that. But the moment Raila gets into gear, he will bring back all those people. He will lose maybe a few people like the Kamba and a few people. But basically his constituency is still intact. Yeah, if he's running. To transfer the same to Ruto is another story. But if he's running, he will get more than 60-70% of his traditional support from the country. When you add on Mount Kenya, then who can beat him?
When answering the senator, Raila said he has won all elections. SK Macharia said the only election Raila hasn't won is the one for 2002, I think, because he wasn't vying. Yeah. Do you think this is the case, that if this time round he vies, he might win, as you put it, but still not get power?
Pardon, not get power? I doubt. If Raila runs, and I'm sure he can run, there will be two possible scenarios. One where is a game between Raila and Ruto, so that he just destabilizes opposition without wanting to win, so that Ruto wins. The other possibility is he will actually want to win. And why? Now to answer your question, why this time he will land in State House? If he sets out to win, he will be owned by people. He will not be a Raila candidate. And that's one thing that the Uhuru team missed. They didn't own Raila. They let Raila run the campaign the way he normally runs it. If Uhuru, in the Azimio, if they had owned Raila, he would have become president. So if Raila wants to be president, and there are people who believe that he is serious about being president, they will own him. They will direct the campaign. He will win, and he will be sworn in, and he will go to State House. That is the only condition people will give. The Gachaguas and the rest, they will tell Raila, we are supporting you, but only one condition. We will run the campaign, not you. And they will work out practical measures and steps, how that will be actualized. How they will run the campaign without Raila interfering. A Raila campaign without Raila interference is an election already won before the voting day.
Based on how you know Raila, can he allow that campaign to be structured?
That will be the condition. If you won't allow, then nobody will support him. They'll support somebody else.
You know, Senator Nyutu is a close ally of Gachagua. For him to say that in that podium, do you think Gachagua is really looking for Raila to
But he has said it even on live broadcast.
Even past
He
the
said
pact.
Kalonzo can be supported and Raila can even be more exciting. That's what Nani said, Gachagua himself, in that TV interview. Was it KTN?
Yes.
With Jesse Owens?
Jesse Rogers. Yes.
Jesse Rogers. Didn't he say that? From his own mouth.
So up to now, they're still looking for Gachagua, for
Many
Raila.
people know the best bet is Raila Odinga. They know. Everybody will embrace Raila Odinga apart from Kalonzo. Every one of these people, and some of them for very selfish reasons, but they will want support Raila. And if that were to happen, they will have to own Raila and the campaign. Raila will just be installed. Ambia mzee sasa wewe ni president for the first time. Kai kiti. Inakaaje, unasikiaje? Wewe ndio mkubwa sasa.
Do you think it was
Anza
just...
practice passing out parade. Guard of honor, anza. Haya, ona kwa TV vile wanafanya, haya anza.
You know, you make it seem so good. But this is how people saw it with Ruto, the hustler, who would come and make changes. Based on the Raila you know and the person he has become over the past, let's talk about the past decade. Do you think there's anything he can offer the country? Raila, the president.
Raila has had ideas. Raila is a revolutionary. That's why some of us have supported him over the years. But there's something age does to people. You come to terms with reality. Over the years, Raila has been compromised. Raila has metamorphosized into something what he wasn't. And that's a very natural development. We don't remain rigid all the time. Even his father, by the time of, almost the time of his death, he was already working with Moi. He was happy with Moi, having fought Moi all his life. So that's how life is. As you grow older, you let go certain strong positions. You become more relaxed, more accommodating. So Raila, let's say, has become more accommodating over the years. And this sort of compromises cannot allow him to bring radical changes.
Okay.
However, why many people would still support Raila is because from the campaign to the running to the presidency, he will be owned by people. He will not do things alone. They will make it so they'll work out in such a way he will not mess the campaign.
Nor the
The
president.
headquarters of the campaign will not be current in his home, not even a Capitol Hill. No, it will not be those funny headquarters he creates. No, it will be a complete, even physically, it will be a different arrangement. Raila will have no control over the campaign.
So from where you see...
And now when he becomes president, there will still be people to ensure that what Kenyans desire is implemented.
You know, you haven't even put Ruto in the picture. Does this mean if Raila vies and uses that strategy, Ruto will not be in the picture? He will just lose?
No, he will not. He will not even get 30%. Raila will get over 70%.
I think this is the second week after the MOU was signed.
Yes.
What do you make, how do you assess the Kalonzo-Gachagua team and how they have responded to this pact?
Yesterday I was on Spaces, the Inea Deba Spaces. By the way, it is picking up very well. It's going to be it's going to be a serious platform looking at the people who are participating. And I said, this SK Macharia thing is telling Kenyans something. First of all, SK doesn't seem to be happy with what Raila has done. He talks about the sacrifice that they have made for Raila Odinga. Being a Kikuyu supporting the Jaramogi from 1992, when this country was extremely tribal, very hostile to people like him and Jonjo who are supporting foreigners. All through he has supported Raila. He was saying, look, you have betrayed us. I think that's what he was saying. But there's something else SK Macharia seems to have been saying. He said, he was trying to pass the message, if Raila could not get, through some faults of his, Raila's fault, including not listening to people. He said Raila was so impatient, he stopped him when he was talking about the voter register in Naivasha, strategy meeting. So SK Macharia seems to be posing this question to Kenyans. And I'll talk about it in details in my Saturday video. He seems to be asking, the people who are assembling to take over from Ruto, Do you have somebody who can beat Ruto? Strength of character, courage, ability to listen, a forceful person beyond Raila. Is any of these people better than Raila? Because you have to be better than, stronger than Raila. He's not seeing somebody. That's what he's saying. My interpretation. So to answer your question.
2 weeks now,
Yeah.
MOU signed. What have you seen from the Kalonzo-Gachagua team that can show you that this pact hasn't affected their campaigns in any way?
Positively or negatively?
In either way.
They don't seem to, they are not seizing the moment. I've not seen them grab the moment.
Because Kenyans are angry.
Yeah. Politics is a game of opportunities. Either you create them and use them, or identify them when you see them and grab them and run away with them. So I've not seen the Kalonzo team taking this MOU as a serious opportunity. They may not get another one like this. That's why I haven't seen. That's why I look at it, and one thing I've looked at that campaign, I could be wrong, but Gachagua is a lone ranger. He's alone. He'll soon discover he's lonely.
Oh.
He's the only one who is speaking. The rest are not. He has to do everything. Most likely finance. But obviously, he's the only one who can speak from that campaign. He's the only one who is forceful. And yet he's not the one who wants to be president. You can see how difficult it will be for Gachagua. I sympathize with him.
And
Do you see anybody from that campaign other than Gachagua?
Yes.
Punching the air. Saying things that catch the media.
No.
Headlines. Have you seen?
No.
Have you heard anything from Kalonzo that makes Kenyans sit up and listen? What was Kalonzo saying? So look at this MOU, whatever it is called. That was a very serious thing, because the 2027 election will be won on narratives. Have you seen any taking advantage of this MOU?
And therefore, in conclusion, if things remain as they are, Raila, Ruto 2027, Gachagua, Kalonzo on the other side, how will they win?
They will not win.
There's no...
No, there's no chance they can win.
Even if
Absolutely none.
Even if they talk about the rainbow moment. You know, that's
Nothing.
what
They
talk
cannot.
about.
Rainbow moment doesn't just happen. It is created. If Raila didn't say Kibaki Tosha, there was no way Moi was going to be defeated. Why? The usual splits were going to be there. And that's, people have underrated Raila's contribution at that time of Rainbow.
Yeah.
Because what Raila saw was a repeat of 1992, a repeat of 1997. In 1992, we all knew Moi was gone because Jaramogi was supposed to be supported. He was even an old man. These guys will just line up behind this man who will be there for a year or so, and God will take him. And true enough, after 2 years, Jaramogi had gone. But you see, Matiba came up with Shikuku. Shikuku akaenda kula Ugali State House. Najisaka. Kibaki sprang from nowhere. And they lost to Moi. Their combined votes was over 60%. Moi got about 30%. 97, we thought they had learned the lesson. There was Kibaki. There was, I think, Raila also. Raila NDP.
Yes.
There was Ngilu. Masa ni ya mama. Ah, Masa.
Ni ya mama.
Masa ni ya mama.
And Moi is there.
Hey, then there was Wamalwa. Again, as predicted, they lost badly to Moi. The same was going to be repeated in the year 2002. And that afternoon, Raila saw it and said, Kibaki Tosha. He's a Luo. Who else can come up and say they are running when a Luo has said that Kikuyu Tosha? It was finished. So we don't credit Raila with what he did that time. We think Tosha was just, even some people say Kibaki was going to win. Win where? Because all those guys were going to run. Saitoto was going to run. Kalonzo most likely could have run or something. Raila himself would have run. Everybody, Nyachai was going to run and he ran. They were not going to win.
And now we're in 2027
Yes.
already, and we are thinking there's Martha Karua, there's Rigathi Gachagua, there's Kalonzo Musyoka.
These guys, first of all, there are
Eugene
two
Omalo.
things. Yes, there are two things. Number one, unity will not be as easy as they may think now. Because among them, there are even people who are planted. There will be people planted there. So getting one candidate is a mirage. It's not as easy as they may think today. Let the time come, then you'll tell me. Secondly, even if they united and produced one candidate, I don't see them having what it takes to beat Ruto. Because they must create a moment to remove Ruto. A 202 rainbow moment. Only a movement can remove Ruto from power. In a straight, ordinary election, the opposition cannot beat Ruto. I keep telling people, say, Manyora, Ruto has bought you. Bought me what? Look at what I look like. Mtu amenunuliwa anakaa kama mimi. Hii shati imekana miaka ngapi?
Kuna hiyo, and then there is this talk, Ruto is done. Ruto is done.
Umeona nikikunywa chai hapa, sukari hapa, chai bila sukari, black tea.
And you know, we sit here with people and we talk about Ruto is gone. Gen Z removed him. Parliament is not functional.
That's just talk. I tell people get annoyed with me. I tell people it will take more than anger. Somebody wrote me a very powerful text. I told Manyora, I've always believed in you. I have followed you. I have liked your wisdom. But this time, you have offended me. Why are you telling Kenyans they can't beat Ruto? I tried to explain, he couldn't understand. I've given up.
No,
what I'm trying to say is this. Like everybody else in this country, I know how angry the country is against Ruto. I know the anger. You can touch the anger and you can get the anger. You can touch it. Unaweza kuchukua utupe kwa ukuta na ikwame kwa ukuta. But that's not enough to remove a person. Because the person you are dealing with is Ruto. Anger is not enough to remove Ruto from power.
On the ballot though.
Yes. Anger must be harnessed and turned into something that can remove Ruto from power. You must mobilize using that anger. You must bring the Gen Z on board. But you say Kenyans are angry, they don't want Ruto. Watch one.
I'm saying also this is just the ballot.
Yes.
But anger can remove a person from power through the revolutionary way.
Yes. It must be channeled into something. Anger alone is not enough. Kenyans think because they hate Ruto, because they are angry with Ruto. That is not enough to remove Ruto from power. I don't want to be here in 2027 telling Kenyans I told you. Because then they'll say he stole. He doesn't have to steal an election. Although stealing is part and parcel of an election. So when Raila says, mimi nashinda naibiwa, then you thought it was a Sunday business, Sunday school business. Elections, even for the Pope. Mbona tunangojanga white smoke kama ni raisi? Election of Pope. Why do people wait for the white smoke? Why? If elections are easy. Hata kura ya kanisa. Si raisi ama ni uongo?
Kweli.
Hata ya chama ya wamama. Election ni ngumu. Power is not something you just get. So, it's not enough for you to be voted in. It must go all the way until unakula kiapo na kuingia State House. That's the winning now. Anything else is not winning. It's just talk. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning into this conversation. Impact after Ruto Raila pact. Prof says anger is not enough. Watu wakaze. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.